Welcome to the world of cruise and stay holiday adventures to the four corners of the globe. It's time to cruise away with Derek and Joe as we bring you a luxury cruising special with Azamara Cruises.
Yes, we're treating ourselves to the best of small ship luxury in this show, where you sail with less than 800 passengers and enjoy staying longer in fascinating places, all while enjoying intimate service, more inclusions and less waiting around.
Sounds good to me. And coming up, we'll be heading on board Azamara Quest in 2027 for two amazing Oriental sailings, both bursting with fascinating discoveries. But first, we are off to the Greek Isles on a 17-night Dream Away package departing on the 3rd of October next year, where we will fly you off to Venice in Italy, a unique watery wonderland.
Oh, yes.
Where you'll spend 2 nights enjoying its splendour.
Yes.
Oh, my word.
What a city, my goodness. Gondolas, incredible, secret little alleyways leading to beautiful coffee shops and restaurants and boutiques, and so much history. More history than you can shake a stick at. Then it's time to board the Azamara Onward. You'll be on board for 11 nights as well. 11 nights of luxury cruising with so much more included. Your drinks, so your beers, wines and spirits are included, your tips and gratuities, self-service laundry, which is great. As amazing evenings as well, which we'll get onto, which are, a bespoke experience for Azamara Cruises. And port shuttles with longer times to enjoy the ports, which I think is so important when you're cruising in this part of the world and you're probably wanting to do maybe 2 excursions, sometimes 3 excursions in a day, so you can really see it all. Well, I mean, obviously the opportunity of staying longer in port just makes it happen for you. And the unique thing about doing a Mediterranean cruise like this is you get to see so many different countries and so many different, ancient civilizations in one holiday. And I think when we're coming from all the way over from Oz, we really want to pack in as much as we can, don't we? We want to pack in as much sightseeing as we can in one trip, and the cruise is the perfect way to do it because the destinations come to you. You feel comfortable, you feel taken care of, and if it's your first time traveling to this part of the world, it's so easy on a cruise, isn't it?
Oh, it's so dreamy. On board, as you can see, I'm just enjoying the very best of everything here. You know, a little trip into the spa, which is wonderful. The dining and the menus. The menus really reflect the part of the world you're in as well. The chef will shop locally and you'll get really nice local surprises popping up. Oh,
yes.
Very, very imaginative desserts as well. You know, sometimes desserts can be a little bit of a low-key affair on some offerings. Here, they are just exquisite. I mean, every single detail is attended to, even down to the fact when you're out lounging on the pool during the day, you nip into the patio and they will literally take your very, very precise order for what you want. So there's no such thing as a simple burger.
Yeah.
You have it exactly as extravagantly as you want to. There's really lovely touches everywhere. It feels very much like being at home, but it feels utterly unlike being on a cruise because there are so few people around.
Yeah.
You just have space for everything.
Yeah, you definitely.
It's wonderful. It's just nice to be able to breathe and enjoy. So let's enjoy this 11-night cruise then, shall we? Heading out of Venice.
Yes, a day at sea will see us into Corfu. Now, this is where you'll have your As Amazing Evening 1930 Corfu traditional village experience. Now, this is going to be so special. I mean, you can step back in time, you can learn about traditional village life, music, dance, flavours, and immerse really in the celebration of heritage. It's going to be so great, that. And Argostoli is next up in Kefalonia, the capital, in fact. It's very laid back. You've got golden beaches. They are superb. You might want to go sea turtle spotting in the lagoon in Argostoli. That's a fun thing to do, and you can book an excursion for that, in fact. Then we're into Githion in Greece, once Sparta's ancient port. It's very charming. It's full of history. In fact, take a drive into Mani Peninsula with a visit to Arapoli village to learn about this history whilst you're there. Next up, Santorini, whitewashed cliffs, blue domes, and the volcanic wines. In fact, you might want to go to Santo Winery. You can do an excursion taking you to the caldera and some of the wineries whilst you're there, and speak to the team on board about that. Next up, we are into lovely Rhodes, Aglos Nikolos, and this is where you can see the Palace of Knossos, and this is all about the ancient history, blending medieval with Greek history, and if you're a history buff, you will love it. Then we're into Rhodes, you know, a town really of medieval magic, cobblestones, castles, seaside walls. You know, beyond Lindos, you will find lovely turquoise bay. So if it's a beach trip you want here, it's perfect for that as well. Kusadasi is next, and right where we dock, there's an amazing market. It's like a mini Grand Bazaar. You can shop for everything from Turkish rugs to watches and clothing, but not too far from Ephesus either, which is great. Then we're into Patmos. Now, Patmos is very relaxed, very serene, and it's where St. John wrote the book of Revelation. Wow. So perhaps you want to take the Monastery of St. John and Cave of the Apocalypse tour whilst you're there to learn all about the history surrounding that. Mykonos is next, and also very beautiful with the whitewashed walls against the backdrop of the Aegean with that bright blue. Take the trip to Delos Island for an archaeological tour and safari to learn about the mythology. Now we are cruising into Piraeus, the port for Athens, where you'll disembark, but you will have a 2-night hotel stay in a great hotel in Athens, so you can discover the cradle of democracy, the Acropolis, the Parthenon, the Plaka district as well. Lots of cafes, lovely rooftop views for grabbing a cocktail as the sun goes down, as well as sundowner they call it, I believe. And then we're going to fly you back to Oz after this amazing Grecian exploration adventure. And of course, you've got Italy to start with as well.
Yeah, and what a selection of just amazing places there. And remember, you're in all of those ports for longer as well. Now, that's particularly poignant when you're in places like Santorini and Mykonos. Normally, if you were booking an excursion in one of those ports on a regular cruise, you'd have to be down at the theatre at 7:30 in the morning to wait for your group to be called, to go and wait for the coach then to take you off. With Azamara, you're straight off because you're cruising with less people, so there isn't that queuing and waiting to go and do those experiences, and then you're there for the full day as well. I noticed quite a lot of ports as well that you don't really see on a lot of itineraries, which is great. So you are going into some of the lesser trodden paths of these wonderful Greek islands, drinking in all the history as well. Now remember, this is for next October, you lucky people. You'll be staying in Venice and Athens. We've got hotel stays there for you included. And then going around and exploring the finest Greek treasures with Azamara, with that really high elevation of quality on your cruise as well. It almost feels like the cruise is just for you. That's how attentive the service and the whole feeling is on board as well. You are going to love it. And again, when we talk about price tag here, when you're talking about tailored travel providers taking you from place to place to place, remember that rather than having to see all this variety of places, having to check in of a hotel, out of a hotel all of the time and take the journey, whether it be plane or train or whatever it might be, which takes time, day to day you literally just get back on board the ship and it takes you to the next destination. So you are there to relax, enjoy all of the dining, all of the wonderful inclusions, that relaxation time, enjoying the sunshine, as well as really exploring the ports themselves. The cruise here, I would say, absolutely gold standard, with your drinks included from the minute you step on board, which is great, all the way through your cruise, your gratuities, the amazing dining. You've seen some examples there on the video as well. Absolutely brilliant. Those longer port stays, which are so important, and the best in local celebrations as well. Your entire package is your Sydney flights, so first to Venice in Italy to spend 2 nights in a hotel there, then your 11 nights of that more inclusive luxury cruising on Azamara onward, including that as amazing evening in Corfu at Danilia before exploring the Greek islands, ending in the port for Athens, where we've got that 2-night hotel stay, that's also included, and of course your flight home to Australia. A deposit deposit today will secure your price tag. I know we're talking about a way in advance, but it's well worth freezing that price tag today with a deposit and then having the time of your life. Here's everything that's included for you. And of course, we can tailor those stays that we've got in this package as much as you like. Obviously, we have to stay 2 nights here and 2 nights there so that we can give you a price. But if you wanted longer in Venice, longer in Athens, to stop somewhere else on the way back before you fly home, maybe somewhere else over in Europe, no problem. You can make your own bespoke package by talking to our team today toll-free. And remember, the expertise is there in our team as well. We don't sell all kinds of holidays. We sell predominantly cruise holidays, as our name suggests, CruiseAway. It's what we do. It's what we've done for over 25 years. So we really do have the knowledge. But remember, we've got the connections, unlocking discounts, not just in cruise, but in hotel stays, in air travel, in tours around the world as well. So it's well worth remembering that. Call us today and get this booked, 1300 408 764, because you deserve the Azamara treatment. It really is fantastic. I've had a tiny taste of it for myself, and let me tell you, it is one of those things that you can really get used to very, very easily.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's really special. And remember, CruiseAway is based here in Oz as members of Clear, AFTA and ATAS. You've got the peace of mind when booking with us, as you have been for over 25 years. Now, we're bringing you the best from all the major cruise lines, as well as river cruising and exciting tours around the world. Our next Azamara luxury cruise takes us to Southeast Asia in 2027. This is 24 nights not to miss as we fly on the 12th of March from Sydney to Singapore. Let's check you into a city hotel to enjoy a 2-night hotel stay.
Well, why not?
Why not in lovely Singapore, blending the futuristic with the traditional. It does feel quite futuristic in Gardens by the Bay and the evening light show. And if you want a spot of luxury shopping, Orchard Road, Singapore Zoo's incredible. You can do a morning breakfast with the animals or a safari at night. Then it's time to cruise, and we are cruising on board the Azamara Quest, and we're going to be on board for 19 nights, which is fantastic. I mean, look at her. She's just beautiful. I love the Deco style in the atrium.
Do you know that big, it almost looked like a necklace on the wall you saw in the background there? That was all hand-blown glass. I think it came from Venice or Murano. I mean, their decor is all authentic art pieces from around the world, and you'll see various artworks around the ship, which are really tastefully done. It's really beautiful, and every time you move into a different space, it's got a different feel, it's got a different atmosphere. You know, there are some that are light and airy, there are some that are slightly darker and more sort of secluded. So if you want to get away from everything, you can, and just relax and read a book, or you know, just take some time for you. If you want to enjoy the ocean views, you can do that, of course, out on deck. Plenty of space for everyone. You're never looking for a lounger, for instance, and thinking, I can't get a place here. I want to enjoy the sun and I can't. And you know, that's the magic of Azamara.
It is, and that's so important as well. You know, with a premium cruising experience like this, you also have a destination showcase dinner. This is where the incredible culinary team, you know, create the best of local flavours with a spectacular evening of fine food and entertainment, and depending on the itinerary, so they will take inspiration from a particular port and they'll do it in a particular port. And the same thing with the Amazing Evening. That will be designed, and because it's a little into the future, we don't have the specificities of where we're going to be doing the Amazing Evening yet, but it will be special and it will be just for you.
And that's good not to know, actually, I think, because you know that it will be somewhere along the cruise. You know it will be something that you can't book an excursion for, that you couldn't buy a ticket for. Even if it's a big hotspot that they are taking you to, they're taking you there exclusively and privately and out of hours. So you really get that very, very special experience. They work so hard at doing that. And the Amazing Evenings are brilliant because they'll do a big celebration buffet reflecting the part of the world that you're in before you go off and do it. And you feel so treasured. And you know what? The whole team, it's like a big family on board.
Yeah, look at that. Incredible. Right, well, we are cruising out of Singapore and heading straight away into the fabulous port of Koh Samui. Gorgeous. Beyond its beaches, you'll see lovely waterfalls and jungle to explore. Perhaps take an excursion to a coconut plantation and take part in a Thai cooking workshop. That's something I've done and I loved it. So special. Next up, it's Bangkok. Now we have an overnight on board. It's dazzling, it's raw, it's exciting. I'd recommend being at nighttime, getting out and seeing the night markets. They're world famous. You can take a tuk-tuk as well and just feel like you're really part of this thriving city. It's magic, honestly, Bangkok. Next up, we are on to Sihanoukville in Cambodia. Now, this is really interesting. The Cambodian coast, it reveals mangroves and forests and fishing villages and secluded waterfalls. You might want to take a boat trip through the mangroves with a visit to a stilted fishing village. Ho Chi Minh's next. We actually have a double overnight on board here. Pure energy, this port. You know, it's thriving, it's bustling. It was once known as Saigon. You can explore the Kuchi tunnels under the city. You can take an evening Vespa tour through Saigon's street food and live music scene if you want to, or maybe in a minibus if you prefer. Next up, it's Chiang Mai, and you can head to Hughes Imperial Citadel from here in the countryside and do a tour that the ship will already organise for you. That would be a great thing to do. And go to the craft villages too and pick up some keepsakes to take home. Halong Bay is next, and we have an overnight on board in Halong Bay. It's very dreamlike, this port. You've got these incredible limestone peaks and that perfect emerald water that you're seeing right now. And the way to see this is definitely at sunset, which is why we're staying overnight on board so you can really enjoy it and maybe head to a pearl farm on excursion. Then we have an overnight on board in Hong Kong and 2 nights in a hotel. So 3 nights total in fabulous Hong Kong to finish up your wonderful adventure. You know, thriving skylines and lots of markets to explore, street stalls and so much more. It is quite the city. You're going to love it. And then it will be time to fly back to Australia.
It kind of softens the blow a little bit, doesn't it, as well? After just enjoying 19 nights of that pure indulgent luxury that's so relaxed and fun at the same time, the extra couple of nights in Hong Kong just ease you gently to the end of the holiday. And remember that Azamara Cruises spend up to 80% of their cruises in port with less than 800 passengers on board. So you're literally straight off the ship and you're starting your discoveries, which is great. And this is a dream. Full of overnight stays with more time to explore and enjoy the ports you're going to. With your flights, the cruise and the stays in Singapore and Hong Kong, this price, again, is, pardon the pun, as amazing. It's so good. When you consider this is all about the experience, this is all about the time you are spending in the places that you are going to, and that is quality time as well. And remember, when you cruise with Azamara, select drinks are included all the way through the cruise. Amazing dining options, including 24-hour room service when you've had a busy day, fabulous program of events, immersive enrichment and destination information as well, including a full range of excursions that you can treat yourselves to along the way. Let's show you everything that's included in this wonderful package. And your package, just to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, your package price includes your flights, all of them, the hotel stays in both Singapore and Hong Kong, and 19 nights of the most incredible inclusive cruising on Azamara Quest. With so few people on board, there's so much room for you, there's so much service for you as well. It's like the cruise was made for you. It's more like chartering a yacht than going on a cruise. So relax, enjoy, and never wait for anything you want while you're actually on board. Call us right now because it is one of those intoxicating experiences. Let me tell you, it was a sheer joy to go and film on board one of their ships. I did it not long ago and it was truly magical. Call us now, 1300 408 764 if you've got any questions whatsoever. Remember, our team have decades of experience and can help you with anything, and you can tailor that offer further if you want to as well. But talk to us. And don't forget, wherever you want to cruise in the world, whichever cruise line you want to travel with, always calls our team here in Oz and we'll fix you up with the greatest deals. We are just a toll-free call away, won't cost you a cent. And it's time now to show you our final Azamara adventure. And it is going to take us on part of Azamara Quest's World Cruise in 2027. This is already popular. We've featured it once before. It's a 20-night trip starting on the 14th of April by flying to Seoul in South Korea. And we've got a 2-night hotel stay waiting there for you.
Wow. 2 nights in Seoul. I mean, you can do the palaces, the markets, and see a little bit of the tech side of Seoul as well. Definitely begin in the Gyeongpyeong Palace with its Royal Guard ceremony. That's a highly hailed thing to visit. And then wander through the Hanok village as well, enjoy some great food. Azamara Quest beckons for 14 nights as we travel through fantastic South Korea and Japan. Great to do an Oriental cruise on a ship of this size. It just feels more intimate. And remember, these ships are smaller, never more than about 700 or 800 passengers at any one time, and you have a much larger staff to passenger ratio. So you're not waiting to get anything, to get your drinks, to get your food at the buffet for service. It just feels really special. It feels really, again, elevated.
So
everything
charming.
about it's very charming, isn't it?
It really is. It's one of those experiences where you don't need to rush around for anything. I mean, it can be very, very lively in the evenings, and there's lots you can take part in.
Yes.
You know, you can be dancing, enjoying live music, wonderful trivia and other entertainment on board. But essentially, this is a really nice way to relax, because actually what you'll find with this kind of holiday is Azamara only go to fascinating places, and because they are in port longer, the focus really is on enjoying effortless service, everything you want when you want it, and giving you the best of the destinations. And I don't just mean taking you to nice places and leaving you there for a long time. I mean, they've really researched all of these places as well. They have got curated excursions that you can treat yourself to. They've got live presentations on board that you can learn about the country and the place. Sometimes we look at a cruise route and there's quite a few places we've never heard of. Sometimes we've never even heard of the country necessarily. So they actually deep dive into all of these destinations and open up the magical highlights that you will want to enjoy and see, and learn a bit of the history as well. So you come back truly enriched, I think, actually. You feel well travelled.
Yes.
You feel like you've been treated beautifully on board as well. And you come back with something new in your life as well.
Yeah, you do, and you can learn new skills, of course, while you're on board.
Yeah.
There's, the arts and crafts sessions that are available with different themes. There's culinary demos where you can learn how to cook a new dish, and we mentioned the enrichment, of course. Destination lectures on board as well. Destination experiences where local performers may come on board. A cultural market, a local experience on board for you to enjoy, and the As Amazing Evening, which is a special experience for you as well. Yet to be announced. So we are cruising out of the port for Seoul and into Yeosu in South Korea first. Now, set along a glittering bay, it offers you fabulous temples by the sea, cable car views and hidden islands just offshore. In fact, you want to visit the Haeingirim Hermitage and Cliffside Temple on tour. Then we have an overnight in Busan in South Korea, which is known as the summer capital. It's all about the lovely beaches here, and you're going to be here, of course, in spring. There's a thriving foodie scene too. So at night you can go to the night markets and you can try lots of different things as well, which is part of the experience of being in Korea, I think. Then we're on to Fukuoka in Japan. Now this is an energetic and quite a youthful port to visit. It's famed for its yatai food stalls, by the way. So you might want to head there and have a look. And the parks, of course, we're going to be there in cherry blossom season. Kichiushu's next. And this is where you can see the Edo era Kokura Castle. And as I mentioned, cherry blossoms might be visible. You can head to the lovely gardens and see the bonsai trees and fresh springtime air. Hiroshima's next up, where you can pay your respects at the Peace Memorial and maybe head up to the castle. Very interesting. There's also the floating Torii Gate, as you see right there. That's a great photo opportunity. You've got to do that for sure. We're into Beppu in Japan next, the onsen capital. Hot springs and steaming landscapes. You definitely want to head to the hot springs and have that whole thermal experience. It's going to be wonderful. And Japan is known for its spas as well, so they'll have lots of those offerings. Koshi's next. It's rich in samurai history, this one, and market life. And the Kochi Castle, it stands at the heart of this port. Now, you might want to take a Kochi Castle visit tour with a tasting of katsu, which is the sake. Kobe's next, known for its beef, of course, but also beautiful mountains and sea await, and you can take a cable car adventure to get an overview of that. Perhaps the Kobe beef extravaganza is going to be to enjoy, because you have an overnight on board, so you can go in and have a lovely Kobe beef dinner with sake tasting afterwards, and speak to the team on board about booking that one, because that will book up very fast for sure. Next up is Shimizu, framed by Mount Fuji, as you see. Now, this is lovely views alongside tea plantations and seaside markets. Now, I'd recommend doing a tea plantation visit and actually tea ceremony too, which Japan's famous for. Now, we have an overnight on board in the port for Tokyo, plus an additional 2 nights, so 3 nights total. So lively and exciting. What a thriving, bustling city the capital is. You know, you've got to head to the Shibuya crossing to see the bright lights, but at the same time, there's some fun cafes. You could be going to a capybara cafe, a cat cafe, a robot cafe, and a vampire cafe, just to name a few.
And they'll have those, I reckon they'll have those driverless vehicles over there by now as well, won't they? You see them all over the place now. I'm still a bit too scared to even kind of try it. They look quite strange, don't they? They look like something out of some kind of, I don't know, some kind of futuristic cartoon. But, you know, maybe that's a new experience to go and have. In fact, you can be... you can do a real-life Mario Kart experience in the streets of Tokyo as well. You get the costume and everything, drive around in a little cart, which, you know, would make us all feel about 9 years old, wouldn't it? Which would be amazing. Anyway, that's not what this is all about. This is all about an incredible adventure, discovering South Korea and Japan as well. A wonderful time of year to go and visit, and this is available with a deposit today. I'll warn you now, it's already very, very popular, and this price is likely to rise, so I would take advantage of it while you can, because it's a low deposit. Bear in mind, the world is looking at this cruise, and only around 800 people can actually take the cruise. So the sooner you get a deposit in right now, the sooner we can guarantee your place on this magical, magical journey. And here's all the details you need. The itinerary is fascinating. You'll visit ports here that very few cruises do, again, which is wonderful. But you're also hitting the hot spots as well. Busan is one of the most popular ports in South Korea. And of course, what you're doing first in your package is flying from Sydney to Seoul in South Korea. And you're having a couple of nights there in a hotel in the capital. And then you've got your 2 weeks of dreamy, inclusive luxury cruising on Azamara Quest with your overnight in Busan, and then on to Japan with amazing ports, with overnight stays in both Kobe, which is of course famous for the beef. I bet the chefs will be in there getting some beef on board as well, definitely. And also you'll have your overnight in Yokohama, which is the port city near Tokyo at the end of the cruise. And then you've got 2 nights in a hotel in Tokyo itself before your flight back, which is pretty incredible for the price tag. And remember, there's so much included on board: select drinks, your service charges, special events and celebrations on board, your gratuities, traveling with less people on board. There's no waiting to get on, there's no waiting to get off and explore. And you'll have longer to explore as well in the ports that you go to. And there's so much more included, including for me, which is an important thing actually for a 2-week cruise, unlimited self-service laundry. I can do my own washing and I can do my own ironing. And I don't know about you, but I like doing my own ironing. I like things just the way.
That's where we differ. I like to call out for it, but you've got that option too. Of course, they'll do a laundry service for you, which is, you know, a nominal fee,
of course,
and it all gets done. But the self-service, like you said, especially when you're wanting to do certain things yourself, that's just so handy.
I change my mind all the time.
Yeah.
All the time about what I'm going to wear. So, you know, I do like, as soon as I get on board, I'm like, I need to iron a couple of things for tonight. It's nice to be able to do that straight away, get all your ducks in a row. Anyway, listen, it's not the most important thing about this holiday. So enjoy, that's just me. So enjoy it. And remember, CruiseAway always unlock exclusive offers for all of the major cruise lines. So call us today for 1, the hottest news, and 2, to sign up to our daily emails on our website as well. You'll find that at cruiseaway.com.au. But failing that, we will see you at the same time tomorrow right here for another fabulous CruiseAway show, and who knows what tomorrow will bring. Every day is a new day for holidays. We'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.
Ciao for now.